Hello friends, welcome to the React.js video. So here we are going to learn about how to hit an API, set into the store on the state, and then we are going to use that. So how this process gonna be done? So let's start the tutorial on that. Okay. So first of all, first step for configuring your store in the Redux Thunk. So let's going to learn how we are going to configure. So let's go to the index.js where we have configure our store. Okay. So here you can see that provider we have added store, and here we have store root reducer apply middleware thunk. So we have apply the middleware thunk, and here you need to pass in the provider and app should be included in that. Okay, so this is the basic one. So you can also go to the documentation and the same processes follow. One thing that I would like to add, here we have a React DOM. Okay, so in the current version it is React DOM client. So don't forget, if in the console you will get this error. So for better, this is on the latest version of the React and the today's code, so creating the today's project. So that means we have to use this one with that method. Got it? If you're facing any issue in the consoles, just let me know. Okay, so this will not going to write any other there is a issue with the React version or something is, so it will not going to add it over here, right? So this way you need to configure your store. Okay, so let's moving to the next part. We have the actions, we have the components, we have the reducers. Okay, so we will discuss action, what are the actions, what are the components, what are the reducers, more detail in the next video. Okay, how, why we are going to create it, what is the role of that. Okay, so basically, so moving to the actions, we have index.js where the API part is done. All the API part is hit over here of that file, right? I have using the JSON placeholder, which is the like the best for the hitting the API, and it is free, so you can use that. Okay, then we have a type. So we have all the, you can type, you can define it over here, or there is another method that is called, we can make actions reducers, or in reducers we can create actions and hit the API and set the state into that one. Okay, that is also a way which most of the developers do. So I have differentiated with the types. So here we have the fetch user data whenever there is a call. Okay, so whenever there is a call of the fetch user data, what it will do, it will go to the this dispatch function, because in dispatch what we have to fetch data. So whenever there is a function calling of the fetch user data, what it will do, okay, first it will call the API. Okay, it will call the API and get all the data, then dispatch the fetch data. Here it will dispatch the fetch data, and whatever the response is there, it will set that into the state. Okay, so this fetch data carries the all the data in action type, right? So whenever API call is hit, it will set into fetch user data with the data parameter, right? Moving to the next, we have reducers, then we have a users reducers. Okay, so you can see that fetch user data, then we are going to in the reducers, whenever there is a fetch user data is coming, whatever the data it carries, right? So in whatever the data is carrying, so it will check and it will return what, all the data that it include, else it will return, it will set the default state. Okay, so all the data that we have in the whatever we have sent in the actions, you will here you will get it. There is another way is that you can just replicate the state, and you can send the and you can set, you can define the particular states over here and set the states over here, set the states also. So that is also a way. Okay, which will discuss, which will discuss later on in the videos, right? Okay, so here what we have done, we have just for this case, whenever there is, this is basically a reducers, user reducers. In reducer users, what we are doing, we are just setting the data in your action in the state. So here we have set the data in your state, right? So in the index you can see that index reducers, where we have a combined reducers. What do you mean by combined reducers here? So here all the API calls or whatever you have reducers, you need to define it over here, right? So you can see that I have the reducers, that is users. Next you are going to create the like article fetching, then you can also pass it over here. So all the data of the reducers you need to pass it over here, whether there is API call, right? So reducers we have done. Okay, and after that we have a components, then we have a user data. Okay, so how I'm sending this user data? Okay, and here you can see that what I have done, map state to props, where I have just sending the my call data state dot data. I'm getting the data from the state. Okay, and I have just trending over it. User data function I have created user data, and the data is passed here. This one map state to props. Okay, so whatever the data is coming over here, I have just map it and show it to the front end. You can see that where is my, no, this is not that one. This is, you can see that all the names of the data are coming on this one. You can see that in all the console here you can see that there is a each child in the list should have a unique key prop. Okay, whenever there is an issue in that, we will discuss this one later in videos. Okay, to resolve this issue, don't worry, we will go. I have the idea of that. Okay, so you can see that we have successfully fetch all the users data with the API and render into the components. So you can see that, and where we have done this user.data component render in your app.js, we have mentioned we will import the component user data and show it, and whatever the data that you can also send whatever the props it here and show it over here, that is also. But here you can see that we call the components, so whatever the data it carries, it will render into your screen, right? Okay, so I think you are clear on that, how to set the data in the store and get the data and render into your components. Okay, so any issue, any query in that, just let me know in the comment section, and any issue just let me know. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. Have a great day. We will discuss all more in detail in the next coming videos. Thank you so much. Have a great day.